If you boys need any sort of my team grinding, make sure to hit up my boy Witty over on Twitter. He's got the fastest, most reliable, and the cheapest prices out there. You guys don't want to miss out. In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single Dark Matter card right now in NBA 2K25 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that does go all the way down to D tier, and we have every single Dark Matter here on this tier list. But looking at the first Dark Matter here on the tier list is going to be Dwayne Wade, and I think he's probably in that C tier category. I don't think he's one of the worst Dark Matters in this game, but I also don't think he's necessarily a great Dark Matter. We have so many good Dark Matters right now in the game, and I think Dwayne Wade just being a little bit undersized at that point guard position, only 6'4", 6'11" wingspan, is a really good defensive point guard, but still doesn't have the greatest of jump shots, and the dribble sigs are not bad, but they're also not exceptionally good. And I think Dwayne Wade's a great card. You guys got to remember, these are all Dark Matter cards, so they're all going to be top tier at their position. Talking about top tier at their position, Ron Artest is easily, in my opinion, the best shooting guard in this game. I think the value he provides with his defense is unlike any other shooting guard in this game. 6'7" at the 2, 6'11" wingspan. I mean, these stats, for pretty much all the stats that matter, he has like high 90s and sometimes like 99 steal, 99 perimeter, 98 block on a shooting guard, 98 interior defense. Like, he's got almost 100 overall type of stats and badges as well. And then you take a look at the animations, and it's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite jump shot in this game. A really good release on very quick timing. They also gave him the Russ size up, which is not that bad, or sorry, the Russ dribble style, which is not that bad. I think his dribble sigs could have been a lot better, but still, I think Ron Artest is the best shooting guard in this game, and I would say easily one of the best Dark Matters. Now, looking at the next Dark Matter here on the list is going to be Dark Matter Shaq, and I think he's not bad, but we did just get that 100 overall Shaq card, and this one can't really shoot the 3-ball that great and doesn't have that great of a jump shot like his new one does, so I think he's probably going to be in that B tier category. Not a bad Dark Matter card, but again, also don't think he's necessarily amazing. I think Dark Matter Chet is one of the best Dark Matters in this game. Is he in the S tier category? I think that's a very close debate. He is most likely a top 5 power forward in this game, but there's a lot of really good power forwards, especially at the Dark Matter tier, so I think I'm gonna leave Chet in A tier for now, but he'd be very close to moving into that S tier category. James Harden, I would say, is B tier. I like him a little bit more than Dwayne Wade at point guard. I think he's a really good offensive point guard, really good at scoring the basketball. I love his jump shot, and I also do love his dribble sigs, but I don't think he's still like elite at the point guard position to put him in the A tier category. Now, talking about an elite point guard that I think is most likely going to be an S tier, and that's going to be Gary Payton, one of the best Dark Matters in this game because of the new jump shot they gave him. We know GP always plays exceptionally good defense in game. He's got a 99 steal, 99 perimeter defense, 95 interior, 88 block. That's obviously amazing for Gary Payton, and we know what he can do on that side of the floor. He's super quick, very athletic, great driving to the basket, but they gave him a great jump shot with the Kyle Lowry base, Colin Sexton upper, on quick timing. Is a really good release for a point guard. It's super fast. They gave him solid dribble sigs as well. He's one of the best on-ball defensive point guards in the game, while also being able to create his own shot and run an offense for you as well. So I do think Gary Payton, definitely an S tier Dark Matter. I would say like a top 5 Dark Matter in this game. Now, Scottie Pippen, I would say, is going to be in that A tier category alongside Chet. Neither of these cards are top tier at their position, like top 3, top 4, but I do still think Scottie Pippen is a really versatile card, able to play the small forward position really elite, but then also play shooting guard, being 6'8" and one of the best on-ball defenders in this game. Now, looking at the next Dark Matter here on the list is going to be Dark Matter Hakeem, and I think he's in the S tier category. One of the best cards in this game all the way around. I like that he's very versatile as well. Just like Scottie Pippen, able to play 2 positions at a high level. 7 foot, can play center, power forward, 7'3" wingspan. We know the defense on this card is going to be elite. 98 block, 98 interior defense, has really good Hall of Fame defensive badges. He's got a great jump shot on very quick. He's got decent dribble sigs. His snatchback animation is really good. And yeah, I think Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the best Dark Matters in this game, gonna put him in that S tier category. Talking about Dark Matter LaMelo, I would say he's probably A tier. I know a lot of people do hate on this card and feel like he's very overhyped, and maybe I do hype him up a little bit. He's not anything like extraordinary special. He's just a solid point guard for the Dark Matter tier. Like, I think he's a great point guard, 6'7", has a good jump shot. I would say he's just a better all-around point guard than a card like James Harden, who we do have in the B tier category. Now, talking about Dark Matter LeBron, maybe there's a little bit of bias here, but I do think Dark Matter Bron is still the best small forward in the game, and I think if you're the best card in the game, Obviously, for a dark matter tier list, or for any tier list, you're most likely going to be an S tier because he's the best small forward, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. We know the defense that Braun still plays in game is elite. One of the best on-ball defenders, has an amazing jump shot, really good dribble sigs. I mean, it's LeBron. He's obviously going to be top tier in my team, and I do think he's going to be in that S tier category. Talking about Brandon Roy, I know this might shock some people, but I'm going to put him actually in the A tier category. I know some people would probably put him in S. I think he's a really, really good offensive shooting guard, but I just think there's maybe one or two dark matters at the shooting guard position that are potentially better than Brandon Roy. But yes, he's still a very good offensive shooting guard. 6'6", 6'8" wingspan, has a great jump shot. Solid dribble sigs, not my favorite in game, but they are very solid for the De'Aaron Fox dribble style. You know, Jason Kidd's size up like isn't my favorite in the game, but also has like the James Harden escape, which is pretty good. And I do really like his jump shot as well. One of the quicker jump shots in this game, and I think that makes him very, very elite at scoring the ball at the shooting guard position. Now, talking about the next two dark matters, I almost want to put Larry Bird and Steph Curry in the D tier category. I think I can put Larry Bird in C tier though. I think Bird is good but not great, right? Again, another kind of Dwayne Wade situation. Like a 6'9" small forward, 7'1" wingspan, all really good stats and badges. A little bit low driving dunk, a little bit low vertical. They gave him a new base with the Jalen Tyson base, but the Larry Bird upper still is really, really bad in this game. So it's kind of hard to put Larry Bird any higher than the C tier category. And then while Steph Curry is really fun to use in game and can be a great point guard, I know some people are going to hate on Curry, you know, or people are going to be like Curry should be a lot higher than D tier, but again, we're talking about the best cards in this game, the best dark matters. So I do think he's going to be in that D tier category. Kevin Durant has a legit argument for S, but I think he's probably one of the best cards in this A tier category. A really, really elite scoring small forward, great jump shot. He's 6'10" at the small forward position, a great player model. I think KD is an easy A tier dark matter. Donovan Mitchell, not that bad. Like, I think he's a solid point guard, very similar to Dwayne Wade, where they're good defensively. You know, maybe not the greatest of jump shots in the world, but still, I think he's going to be in that C tier category. Talking about dark matter, Austin Reeves, I think you got to put him probably in that A tier category. A really good offensive point guard, has an amazing jump shot, and one of the best scoring point guards in this game. So I do think you got to put him in that A tier category. Talking about dark matter, MJ, maybe a little bit of a surprise, but I'm going to put him in B tier. I still feel like he's a solid dark matter. I know he of course has his 100 overall version, but he's 6'6" at shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan, really good defensive cards, stats and badges wise, plays great defense in game. The jump shot on very quick is not great, but it's also not bad. And then he also has some pretty good dribble sigs as well, that Devin Booker dribble style. The MJ size up isn't horrible as well in my opinion, so I'm going to put Michael Jordan in that B tier category. Jason Tatum, just a very mediocre card. I think he's going to be in C tier. Doesn't really excel at anything necessarily. Not a huge fan of his jump shot as well. Dark matter, Dr. J. For me, I think he's the best dark matter shooting guard in this game besides Ron Artest. So I do think he's going to be slightly above Brandon Roy. I love this card's jump shot. One of the best slashers in this game, while also being a lockdown defender. I think puts him in that S tier category. Giannis, I think you also have to put in S, and I think that's probably going to round out our S tier. We'll see if there's maybe some other cards that we do want to put in S tier, but the thing about Giannis is he's just so versatile at the small forward and power forward position. Being able to play small forward is one of the best in the game, and then can also play power forward. He's very switchable on defense. He's a great defender. He can slash to the basket, and if he's wide open, he still has a capable enough jump shot, able to knock down threes. Jalen Brunson, definitely the troll dark matter. I would say he's probably the worst dark matter on this tier list. Just a very undersized point guard. It doesn't provide you with pretty much anything else. Dr. J, no, sorry, not Dr. J. J.R. Smith, I do think is going to be in B tier. Just recently came out in this radioactive set, and there's nothing too great about this J.R. Smith card. Like, on paper, he looks pretty good, but that jump shot really does hold him back. He just doesn't have a great release. Not the best dribble sigs either. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to put J.R. Smith in that B tier category. A similar point guard to James Harden. I still think he's very good, but I don't think he's on the same level as LaMelo Ball, Austin Reeves, or Magic Johnson. If we're talking about the point guard position, I'm going to also put Magic in A tier. I think him, LaMelo, and Austin Reeves are all very similar in the ranking of how high I do rank these point guard cards, but I do think Gary Payton just has that slight edge. And yeah, Magic 6'9", he's a great point guard, very switchable on defense, can slash, can post up against smaller point guards, and does provide you with some great defense with that size at the point guard position. Cat, again, another just very mediocre card. I don't think he's going to be down there with the small point guards that really can't play defense or do anything. but he's also not going to be up there with like Shaqs and James Hardens and J.R. Smiths that are actually really, really good at their position. But he's not a bad dark matter card, but again, going to put him in that C tier category. I think dark matter Embiid is just a slightly worse version of this dark matter Hakeem. So I'm going to put Embiid in that A tier category. Still a very good power forward, has a good jump shot, plays exceptionally good defense, and yeah, just a great overall great overall dark matter card. Lamar Odom, very mid, honestly, for a recent dark matter. I still like him over these dark matters in C tier, but he's just very mid, doesn't really do anything that great, but he is 6 foot. Is he 6'10" or 6'11"? He's either 6'10" or 6'11" at small forward, 6'10", 6'11" wingspan. Great stats across the board. The jump shot's just very mediocre. The dribble sigs are just very mid as well. So I think it's a B tier. I think B tier is a fair spot for dark matter Lamar. Jalen Green, honestly, I'm going to put him in D tier. I don't think this card is very good at the point guard position. Dark matter DeMar is actually not that bad. I'd say he's probably in B tier as well. I think he's a solid shooting guard at the dark matter tier. Jokic, I would put in C tier. I just don't like the card's jump shot, but I don't think he plays very good defense as well. Dark matter KG, I think slightly better because of his defense. He still is a very good defender. Now, his offense is very, very limited, but 6'11" power forward, 7'3" wingspan, a great defensive card. Jump shot on normal though, and not great dribble sigs. He's a little bit lackluster on the offensive end, but if we're talking about defense, I would take him over Cat and take him over Jokic as well at the power forward position. Dark matter Shea, I think slightly better than a LaMelo, a Magic, and an Austin Reeves, but is he an S tier dark matter? I don't know. I like to save the S tier for like the best of the best at that specific position. So I do think he's probably going to be an A tier, but Shea, obviously one of the best point guards in this game. Talking about Brandon Ingram, I think he's probably also B tier, maybe one of the best cards in B. He's a 6'10" shooting guard, and I actually do like this card in game. I tried him out on I think in one of my gameplays, and yeah, I think he's a really good shooting guard card. Gonna put him in that B tier category. And then Sean Kemp, I would say is potentially A. Yeah, I'll throw him in the A tier category. I think he's better than a lot of those cards in B. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be my ranking of every single dark matter right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my rankings? Let me know what you guys would change, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.